Hello again, fellow BeachBum traders. Thank you for joining us for part 2 of our weekly trading game plan for the trading week of March 11th through March 15th. We're in part 2 of our weekly trading game plan. We'll be selecting our top swing trading stocks to watch, stocks in our bullpen, stocks in our shopping list. We'll also look at dividend payers, and we'll talk about several option strategies as additional ways to generate income while we wait for our top swing trading stocks to watch to set up the way we would like. So let's get started. So here's our notes for our weekly trading game plan, part 2 for the trading week of March 11th through March 15th. We keep our notes in publicly accessible Google documents. You can find a direct link to this Google document in the description box below. Our notes contain links to bonus video, the tools and resources we use for our swing trading. If you haven't already seen part 1 of our weekly trading game plan for this week, titled The Market Spring Forward 2, we would highly recommend you also view part 1, as this contains our market analysis, trading strategies, trading ideas for this trading week. We store all of our notes for our weekly trading game plans in publicly accessible Google Drive folder. And you can find a direct link to that Google Drive folder also in the description box below, so you can refer back to the notes for part 1 as well as previous weeks. Welcome, Brian Moritz, Ricky Khan. Thank you all for joining us in the chat today. I guess we'll see who all remembered to spring forward their clocks today. So we didn't really have any trade updates for this week. I didn't have a lot of luck with getting my orders filled. I'll talk about that when we get to our watch list and look at some of the charts where I have some orders that didn't get filled yet. So we'll see if we can get those filled next week. Just a quick reminder, if you would like to get notified when we enter or exit a trade, you can get email notifications of our entries and exits into a trade by joining any level of our Patreon as quickly as possible. I send those out via our Patreon, and you'll get email notification. Also, we have a couple channels in our Discord that our Patreon members have access to. The first is the Thinkorswim Toss Alerts channel. I also have price alerts set up in Thinkorswim. When those get triggered, they get automatically posted to this Thinkorswim Alerts channel. And again, our Patreon members have access to that and our Trade Alerts channel. As you can see, when wheat hit a new 52-week low, this is the current wheat contract, so that got posted. We'll talk about how we're looking to trade wheat. You can see I have an order on wheat at 504. It triggered, got notified in the Discord, but that order did not get filled, so I still have an order out at 504 on wheat, and we'll see it jumped up and kind of ran away on Friday. So we'll see if we get a quick dip and I can get that order filled on wheat. So if we do follow up in a toss alert, Thinkorswim alert with an actual trade, then I would reply to that alert in the Thinkorswim channel. Like when we went long on APLY a while back, we're still long APLY. If it's a trade that's not directly related to a Thinkorswim alert, like when we went long and then got stopped on out on TSLY on our previous trade, then I'll post that in the Trade Alerts channel. We also have another channel available to our All Access and VIP Patreons with real-time alerts generated by our automated systems, and you can hear how that all works in this video about how to get alerted when stocks are moving up, breaking out near our price targets now. So again, that channel, the alerts channel, I get automated alerts as stocks are breaking out, moving up, near our price target, etc. So a great way to see movements in the market, sector rotations in the market, current opportunities. If you're a breakout trader, day trader, this is a great resource to also have to see current action in price action in the market. So again, you can get access to that additional alerts channel by joining our Patreon at the All Access or VIP level. Also, we'd love to hear your feedback about what kind of additional real-time alerts or what additional information you'd like to see in these real-time alerts. So please let us know how else we can help you make money trading, help you succeed in your trading career. Welcome, Ellen Krantz, Walter Lyons. Thank you for joining us. Glad to see you sprung your clocks forward. So next, we'll take a look at our top swing trading stocks to watch list. I'll go through the updates to our watch list, and we'll also look at them in our new watch list Google Sheet and also in their charts in Webull. So let me grab a quick drink, and we'll go through our top swing trading stocks to watch list. Welcome, Easy Mike. Thank you for joining us. Glad to see you sprung your clock forward as well. I know everybody's a little drowsier this morning. It's a little bit earlier, less sleep. So again, here's our top swing trading stocks to watch list. So yesterday we talked about natural gas. It's been trending up, had a slight retracement. We've been watching Boyle. So we're watching for a bottom or support in natural gas. The most recent bottom was 151, 152. So again, we'll watch the natural gas futures price to determine our entry point or a rollover in cold, which is the leveraged short on natural gas. We'd have to get a significant correction to hit that bottom again. And if it continues to trend up, then we'll take Boyle off of our watch list. But again, this pair is great for short-term day traders, scalpers. It's pretty volatile, so you got to be nimble, got to be brave. We talked about FAZ yesterday, so we are currently long FAZ. FAZ is the short on the financials. You can see our video on how to trade the financials with FAS, FAZ. Also yesterday, we talked about some additional ETFs we've identified for longing, shorting regional banks. So again, you can hear about that in our video from yesterday. But again, we're currently long FAZ. Financials have been relatively strong recently, so we'll see if we get a reversal in that. We'll take profit in FAZ, and we may relook at and switch over to those ETFs on regional banks. We looked at all the technology components yesterday, and we see, they've all been very strong, breaking out, making new highs. So again, for your nimble traders, brave traders, there's plenty of opportunities, so both long and short, playing the volatility. We talked about how we just expect a lot of chop in those components yesterday. So we've got these pairs still on our watch list. FANG D is the short on the FANG stocks. FANG U is the long. So again, more of a scalping day trading opportunities. I'm probably not going to take a short on the FANGs or on the semiconductors. We'll see SOXS and SOXL. I've still got those in the watch list as well. Again, for the benefit of our short-term traders, more so than a swing trade that I would take. However, biotech, I think, is more of an opportunity. We get these exuberant runs on GLP-1 news, and then we get some pretty significant retracements. We might be able to get a short-term swing short in biotechs using Lab D. I wouldn't swing trade Lab U, but again, short-term scalping, there's plenty of opportunities using that pair. Welcome, Gerald Fitz. Thank you, Fritz. Thank you for joining us. Glad to see you again. I'm going to take LTC Properties off of our watch list. It's already run up. I thought we might get a slight dip. This is one of the REITs that we like to swing trade, hold, collect dividends on, collect price appreciation. It's already run up, so we're going to let LTC go for now. We can continue to watch it in our Dividend Payers Google Sheet. We added MP Materials back to our watch list on the 5th. You can hear our Thesis on MP materials via our previous due diligence video, via the link in the notes document. I think I got an alert on the 5th that MP materials had hit 52-week low. You can see all the gold alerts there on the. So I got this Thinkorswim alert that it hit its 52-week low. So that caused me to take another look at MP materials. Looks good. So we'll see if we can catch that bottom and catch a swing in MP materials this time. Talked about SOXS, which is the short on semiconductors. SOXL is the long. Just a reminder, SOXS and DRIP, which is the short on oil, are going to reverse split 1-for-10 on the 25th. So just so you're aware, and again, those that ask when that split is, you can find that data here in our notes documents. TECS is the short on the broad technology industry. We are currently long TECS, but again, trading the broader technology industry with TECL, TECS, and you can hear how we can use those to trade the broader technology sector via the link to that video in the notes. We're looking to get back into TSLY, which is the yield max dividend payer on Tesla. As you saw, Tesla had a decline recently. We've been trying to catch that bottom. It almost jumped into it right before the previous ex-dividend date. I missed it. It declined significantly, as we'll see. And then I've been trying to catch that bottom in TSLY. Again, we'd like to get the price appreciation. If we have to hold it for a while waiting for Tesla to recover, we can collect those monthly dividends on TSLY. Again, you can hear more about our thesis on TSLY via the bonus link to that video in the notes. Yesterday, we looked at wheat. We saw how wheat had bottomed, bounced back up on Friday. Again, I thought I was going to get a fill on my order that I had sitting there at 504. It just happened to not fill. And then wheat ran away. So we'll see if we can get a quick pullback, catch that bottom in wheat. The new 52-week low, as you can see in the Thinkorswim alert, is 527. So again, in these Thinkorswim alerts, you can see the market, the current bid, ask, etc., applied volatility, and then any notes if I think it's a support level or 52-week low, 52-week high, etc. You can see that in those Thinkorswim alerts. So I hope that all helps. So again, we'll jump over to our new watch list Google Sheet as well. Take a quick look at those watch lists. Again, you can get 24/7 access to this watch list Google Sheet now by joining any level of our Patreon. You can hear how you can use this Google Sheet to watch our top swing trading stocks to watch via the series of bonus videos in the notes. We also have a watch list, stock watch list updates channel in our Discord. So if I do make any changes to that Google Sheet after it's been automatically generated at the end of each day, then I post those updates in the Stocks Watch List channel in our Discord. And again, our Patreon members have access to this Stocks Watch List. So you can see we added YCL. We talked about the yen. We talked about the Japan Nikkei index yesterday, looked at those in the futures, and you'll see we're adding that to our bullpen, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. So I added that on the 7th and posted that in the stocks watch list. So if we quickly look at the watch list tab in our Google Sheet, again, this will have our main watch list stocks. You can see the current pricing information in the white columns generated by Google Finance functions. Again, not purely, truly real time, about a 20-minute delay. But again, you can see which ones are up, down, how close they are to the support resistance or risk reward profile, dividend information, optionality information. Again, a quick look at who's close to their support. So it'll give you a quick look at which ones to focus on at that time. So now let me grab a drink. We'll jump over to those stocks in Webull and look at the charts for those. Welcome the Crow, Logan Flips. Thank you for joining us. Glad to see you all sprung your clocks forward as well. So here's our main top swing trading stocks to watch list in Webull. I'm using the online browser version of Webull. Just a quick reminder, if you're not already using Webull, you can get up to 75 free fractional shares of stock by opening an account, depositing 25K or more. If you deposit less than 25K, you still get 20 free fractional shares of stock, each worth $3,000 to $3,000. And if you'd use our affiliate link to Webull in the description box below, you can get your free fractional shares of stock and also help support our BeachBum trading community, which we greatly appreciate. Again, I'm using the online browser version of Webull. So here's our main top swing trading stocks to watch list. Here's Boyle. Again, Boyle is the leverage long on natural gas. We can see it bounced up, retraced slightly. Again, the overall trend in natural gas is upward at this point. But it does have significant volatility. So again, for brave, nimble traders, you can make money trading Boyle long, cold short. But we're currently long Boyle, and we're looking to see if we would add a scalping short-term swing position as well. FAZ, again, is the short on the financial sector. We're currently already long FAZ. The inverse of FAZ is FAS, so I can add FAS. I would use the long to determine entry points in the short leveraged ETF. So if I was looking for a bottom in FAZ, I would use the top in FAS to determine that. You can see it made a recent new high, so it's been trending up. We're just waiting for a correction or reversal in FAS, and then we'll take profits in FAZ, and again maybe switch over to those regional bank ETFs. Again, we looked at all the other technology components. FANG-U, recently made a high. It's running pretty high. Some volatility. It's we saw the channel in the technology components. And again, you can also access those screeners in the screeners tab of our Google Sheet. So you can look at the technology components as we did yesterday as well. So we can see the charts for FANG-U, SOXL, TECL, etc. Again, easy access via the screeners tab in our Google Sheet. So again, if you want a short-term trade, or if this finally does roll over and significantly break down, then you can short with FANG-D, long with FANG-U. Similarly, biotech. So again, biotech looks like it peaked, is correcting. So LabD is the short, LabU is the long. Here's MP Materials. So again, we saw that alert that it hit a new low. So 1404 was the low. You can see it bounced pretty quickly off that point. You can see it has a tendency when it drops pretty quickly early in the morning. So you see very often, in the morning it'll make its runs. So we'll see if we can catch a bottom and a bounce in MP Materials. Again, semiconductors making new all-time highs. We had that correction on Friday. So again, plenty of short-term opportunities. Long SOXL, short SOXS. Again, broad technology with TECL long. Again, it's making, new highs. We're, again, currently long TECS already, just waiting for more of an extended correction. And then here's a Tesla TSLY. So this is the yield max on Tesla. I've got an order sitting, I think, at, I can see in my Google sheet where my support level is. So I think I'm sitting at 1572 or 1573, which is the 52-week low. I was hoping to be able to get in, catch that on Friday. Didn't quite dip down there, so I've still got that order sitting there to catch TSLY. Again, it paid out its dividend recently. Let's see what do I have for the ex-dividend date. So 2/7, so 3/7 or 3/6 was probably the ex-dividend date on TSLY. We'll see it also in the dividend payers. And then again, we have wheat. I'm sitting at 504. Get my order, even though it did touch that on Friday, my order just happened not to get filled. And then you could see it bounced and ran away. I wasn't going to chase it at that point. We'll see if we get a quick correction, if I can get my order to fill at 504 and catch that swing back up in wheat. Okay, let me grab a quick drink and we'll talk about our bullpen stocks. Again, the concept of our bullpen are stocks that don't have the swing trading setup, ideal swing trading setup that I'd like, but it looks like they may in the near future. So we put them in the bullpen. We periodically revisit the bullpen stocks, which we again now can do more efficiently in our watch list Google sheet. And if it looks like their setup is becoming more attractive, then we put them in the game, move them up to our top swing trading stocks to watch list, and then trade them from there. So let me grab a quick drink and we'll review our updates to our bullpen stocks, look at them in our Google sheet, and then review the charts also in Webull. Okay, a new one we added to our bullpen on the 4th that I'd like to spend a few minutes on, do kind of quick take due diligence on, is AEHR Test Systems. You can see it's in the semiconductor equipment and materials sector. So I think, it could get some positive boosts from the whole AI FOMO trend. So let's also look at this in FinBiz and in Chartmill very quickly. Just a quick reminder, you can find links to the tools that we most frequently use in the links section of our homepage. Our homepage is beachbumtrading.com, bum without the U. So if I go down to my tools, I can get FinBiz up, and we can look at AEHR and FinBiz. So you can see it looks like it's kind of bottoming around this, 15 level. It has been downtrending. Looks like it's testing moving average, got support from short term, resistance from a longer term. They do make money, so they're profitable, which is something I like. They did miss a little bit on their revenue, so on their last earnings report, so possibly a reason for the decline. Again, they do make money. It is optionable. Pretty small shares outstanding float, so it's pretty small cap. Not a lot of discrepancy, so not a lot of issues there. Not too much debt. If we look at their profile real quickly, a manufacture, market, and sale of test and burn-in products to semiconductor manufacturing, wafer contact test systems, test during burn-in, test fixtures, die carriers. So I like the thesis. It sounds good as we have more competition, people trying to compete with NVIDIA, with GPUs and other AI-related chips. I would suspect that there will be increased demand in these types of testing type systems. You see, they've been around since '77. They're in California, probably Silicon Valley area. So EBITDA for the past couple of years been positive. That looks pretty good. EPS been positive for a couple years. Let's look at their quarterlies. So again, positive, and they did have a little bit of a dip, and then it looks like it's bouncing back. EPS, so again, a slight dip, but again, they're profitable. Let's look at their PE. PE is a little high, 22.3, so that's a little high, and we'll see what Chartmill thinks of them in a second. So if I go out to a weekly, again, you see pretty good support. Looks like a nice bottoming action around 15. It's got upside, up into the low 50s. Shorter term, again, pretty good upside. So even a shorter term to 30. So a nice double. So yeah, I really like the look of this AEHR. So let's see what Chartmill thinks of it. So again, you can find the link to Chartmill in the tools on our homepage. So we'll bounce over to Chartmill, look at AEHR. So it says the technical TA rating right now is 0, so that's pretty poor. Setup is kind of average right now. Growth's very good. Overall fundamentals very good. Health very good. Profitability. So if we look at the fundamental analysis quickly, 8 out of 10. So excellent profitability, growing strongly. So from a fundamental standpoint, again, looks real good. Doesn't pay a dividend. Again, more of a growth stock in the semiconductor sector. Let's look at the technical setup. Right now, it's got a 0. So again, they're scoring it as having a very bad current technical setup. So that's why we've got it in the bullpen, kind of waiting to see if this support holds. If so, again, I kind of like this around that 15 level. We'll look at it at Webull as well. But again, we've got it in our bullpen sheet, in our Google sheet as well. And I've got that support probably set at the 52-week low. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. But I really like the thesis. They're profitable, could definitely benefit from the FOMO, the hype in the semiconductor sector. And as you'll see, we took HIMX off recently as it already had run up with a similar thesis. So let me know what you think of AEHR. Have you traded it before? Again, what do you all think of that? So we're going to take AREC, which is the Coke and Cola one, out of our bullpen. It's already run up. You can hear our previous thesis on AREC via the link to that video in the notes. Again, this is one, if we see a sector rotation back out of Coke and Cola, this is one that we would, propagate to see if there's an opportunity in that one. But for now, we'll just take it out of the bullpen. As I mentioned, HIMX, again, this was another semiconductor stock that had not yet run up with the AI FOMO, the semiconductor FOMO, and it subsequently did, and I missed that run. So if any of our BeachBum traders happen to catch that run, benefit from that trade idea, congratulations, and I hope you, again, will share when you are able to make a profit trading using our trade ideas, share that with others. We'd love to continue to grow our BeachBum trading community and help other traders with trade ideas. Frankly, I think my trade ideas are a lot better than my execution. My execution, I'm a little bit slow, not nimble enough, and too analytical in my execution, but I think my trade ideas are better than my execution. So that's something I need to work on. LXU is the chemical company we've been watching. Again, you can hear our previous analysis on LSB Industries. Again, we'll see it's just kind of hovering. We'll see if it makes a swing back up. I'm going to take Mosaic off. Again, another agricultural inputs, another kind of chemical potash company. Again, that's another one I missed when it started to run up. So we can still watch Mosaic in our Dividend Payers or ETFs Google Sheet. But again, I'll take it out of the bullpen. Again, congratulations if anybody caught that swing in Mosaic. MSB, we've been watching for sector rotation in and out of steel. It did bounce up a little bit. I think we might be able to catch it if we get a sector rotation back out of steel. Again, you can hear our previous due diligence on MSB via the link to that video in the notes. And again, yesterday we looked at the charts for the yen and the Japanese Nikkei, and we saw that the Nikkei looks like it had rolled over. The yen looks like it's swinging back up. Again, I didn't quite catch that swing. Maybe if we get a little bit of a correction, YCL comes down a little bit. EWV goes up a little bit. We might, or this is the short on the Nikkei. So if either of these retrace slightly, we might be able to get an opportunity in either of those. So you'll see they're pretty much behaving similarly, even though this is the yen and this is the Nikkei. Right now, those seem to be highly correlated. So either one of those, whichever one you prefer, I think there might be an opportunity. You can hear our previous discussions about how to make money trading the Nikkei in the link to that video in our notes. So again, you can also watch our Bullpen Stocks in the Bullpen tab in our Google Sheet. So again, see the risk reward profile, our price targets, etc. Optionality, dividend information. So again, now I can, very quickly flip between our main top swing trading stocks to watch list, our bullpen, and even our shopping list and sectors, etc. During the day. So much more efficient for me and hopefully for you as well. So let me grab a drink and we'll go through the charts for the bullpen stocks in Webull as well. Okay, again, here's our bullpen watch list in the online version of Webull. So again, you can have all kinds of different watch lists in Webull. So here's AEHR. We just looked at that in FinBiz. So you can see around 1454. It's a little bit elevated right now. Chartmill didn't really like the technical setup, but again, if we get a retracement, I like the thesis in that. We talked about the short on the Nikkei. Again, I would use the actual Nikkei, top in the Nikkei and roll over to determine taking a position in EWV or the futures in the yen, which again, I missed that quick run up. So if anybody caught that, we'll see if we get a retracement, a retest of the low to give us an opportunity. Otherwise, we'll just take those out of the bullpen as a missed opportunity. LXU, again, chemical company, does, we've been waiting for it to establish a decent bottom. Looks like it might have done so. Looks like they did okay on earnings and then popped up a little bit. So again, we'll see if that's a stable bottom that we can trade off of. You can see it's pretty low volume, a little bit illiquid, so it might be a little tricky. MSB, again, had that pop run. If you caught that run already, congratulations. Again, we'll see if we get a correction, but if it continues to run up, then we'll let that one go as well. So I hope that all helps. So I wanted to look at and spend a little bit of time on another one that popped up in my running my queries at the end of each day. This is a PRGO company, PLC. It's a drug manufacturer out of Ireland. In general, I don't like most of these, but this guy, again, I wanted to look at it in FinViz and also in ChartMill. So the first thing with any kind of medical biotech, I want to see their profitability, and this is showing negative. But if we look at their last earnings, they actually made a profit, an EPS profit, and it was better than expected. They reported positive revenue. They missed expectations. It does pay a dividend, so about 28 cents a quarter, so dividend. And you can see it was flagged as a double bottom, looped below that double bottom, and bounced up. They got significant debt. It's a pretty large company. Again, you can see their income showing negative here, but if we go down to their actual financials and look at their EBITDA, so it's positive, looks flat. They had a little bit of a uptick. Their EPS has been negative, but it looks like it's improving. Shorter term, again, it's negative right now, but was positive. Their EBITDA's improved. So again, I thought I'd mention this one. It looks like the setup is potentially attractive. It's got plenty of upside. Looks like a pretty strong tweezer type bottom on the weekly. Again, looks like it's bottoming. It's got plenty of upside, so maybe this is a turnaround type of opportunity. If we look at their profile real quickly. So again, this is an Irish company, self-care, health and wellness, and well-being, operates consumer self-care. So one of the things somewhat attractive to us, they're not just in the U.S., so they're based in Ireland. Just an FYI, I am a little bit concerned depending on the elections. They are putting pressure on the drug companies, pressure on their margins, pressure on their income. So then that may explain, the multi-year decline here. So let's look at them quickly in ChartMill as well. So here's a profile for PRGO in ChartMill. So it's currently scoring, pretty bad, 0, half a mark. Valuations about average, profitability about average, health a little negative, growth a little negative. So again, maybe this is a turnaround story. If I look at their fundamentals, again, doesn't score very well. Medium profitability. Doesn't score so well on financial health, so says it's too expensive. So again, not one. Again, I didn't want to put it in our bullpen or on our shopping list or top swing trading stocks right now, but I want to keep an eye on this as a potential turnaround play and see if they do continue to be profitable. If it bottoms, it looks like again maybe some decent upside. So again, you can see technical rating right now in ChartMill 0 out of 10. So again, no rush to look at this one, but I thought I would mention it since it popped up. And again, I'd love your feedback. What do you think of PRGO, PRGO? Do you have any experience with this stock, with the company? What do you think of this? Let us know. And is this something we should consider going forward or avoid going forward? So next we'll talk about our shopping list stocks. Again, you always want to have your shopping list ready if we do happen to get a black swan event or just a major correction in the stocks. Have your shopping list ready. Again, we continue to recommend, given that interest rates remain higher for longer until we get significant cuts. Zombie stocks, zombie companies are going to be under debt pressure. So it is our opinion to avoid them. Again, none of our content should be considered financial advice. We're not financial advisors. All of our content should be considered for education and hopefully a little bit of entertainment purposes only. And again, now you can see our shopping list stocks, current list of shopping list stocks in the shopping list tab in our Google Sheet. So we'll go over that briefly in a second. And I'd love to hear your feedback on what else we can help you with your shopping list, due diligence, etc. I want to grab a quick drink, and then I want to look at another one that we're considering for a shopping list, which is Fizer. So I want to do a little quick take due diligence on Fizer, see if this is one that we should add to our shopping list. Okay, again, I want to take a quick look. Fizer popped up. It's been in pretty steep decline since their pandemic. Drugs kind of fell out of favor. So I want to quickly look at Fizer. I think everyone's familiar with Fizer, large pharmaceutical company. So we can see, the steep decline. That's a monthly chart. So we see it's been in decline for quite some time. Looks like we got a hammer on the monthly, so we might have a bottom there. On the monthly, again, steep decline. Again, it probably popped up because of this double bottom. It did pop up and test that upper trend line. That 26 level, looks like a pretty good stable bottom. And we saw that tweezer on the monthly. So it does, does have some downside into the 20s or so. But again, Pfizer's a very large pharmaceutical company. Again, this decline, I think, is the fall out of favor from their pandemic drugs. Obviously, they were very successful with their vaccine and also Paxlovid, their treatment. And when that fell out of favor, again, big steep decline. So, potential upside more than a double. Potential downside, maybe half, 50%. So again, the question is, should we add this to our shopping list? Does pay a dividend. So you can see it's paying a 6% dividend. Performance this year has been very poor. So it paid a 42 cents quarterly dividend. So again, it might be one that we put on our shopping list, buy for, and then we can hold it, wait for that turnaround, and collect the quarterly dividends. We look at their currently earnings. So again, they reported a positive EPS. It was expected to be negative, but they did miss on their revenue pretty significantly. So again, it was punished on that bad earnings. I quickly look at them in ChartMill as well. So here's the profile for Fizer and ChartMill. So setup a little above average, technical, 0. So valuations good, growth pretty poor, profitability very positive, dividend positive. Says health is not terribly good. Look at the fundamentals, 6 out of 10. So excellent profitability, financial health. It's cheap. Bad on growth. So but it does have excellent dividends. So again, looks pretty attractive. Again, like I mentioned with PRGO, though, in the pharmaceutical drugs. They're under a lot of pressure in terms of pricing, under margin pressure, so that may be a concern. If we look at their technical analysis, again, 0 out of 10. So again, it's been in decline. We would want to, see if this bottom holds, and it's going to swing back up, wait for that turnaround. So again, I'd love to hear your feedback. What do y'all think of Fizer? Is that something we should put on our shopping list? Should we try to buy it around that bottom, that 26-ish bottom, or what do you think? So it's very probable I'll add it to our shopping list tab so we can keep an eye on it. You can see here's our other stocks in our shopping list tab. So we've got some of the mega caps, so we can watch those. We've got some dividend payers, JEPQ. We're currently still long on land, so we have that. Other REITs that we watch, LTC, Stag. We've got TSLY in there now. I'm probably going to add APLY in here as well, which is the yield max on Apple. We're also currently long APLY, and that seems to be starting to swing back up. So we're collecting dividends on that, and then when that swings back up, we'll get a stop under it and take our profits if it rolls over. So again, those are the two yield maxes that I've liked so far. I've been looking. I looked at the one for Amazon, for Microsoft, and for NVIDIA, or not NVIDIA, for Google, and none of those seemed as attractive right now. But again, I'll continue to look for other yield maxes to collect dividends if we get opportunity. So again, if there's anything else you'd like to see us add to our shopping list Google sheet, do the research on, or do quick due diligence on, you can put it in the comments to this video. Again, you can contact us in our Discord. Other than the few channels I mentioned, our Discord's free to join. We've got plenty of other channels on different asset classes, different trading styles, etc. So we can continue discussions, 24/7 in the other channels in our Discord. So again, you can tag us. We're BeachBum Trading, all lowercase, no other characters, pounds or letters. So please, again, tag us with any additional stocks you'd like us to take a look at, or any questions that you may have. Okay, next we're going to take a look at our Dividend Payers Google Sheet. I've got some additions to our Dividend Payers Google Sheet I want to quickly take a look at. Let me grab a drink and we'll bring that up and look at some new dividend payers for your consideration. Just a quick reminder, you can get access to our Dividend Payers Google Sheet, as well as our ETFs and our puts ROIC option strategy Google Sheet, by joining our Patreon at the All Access or VIP level. You can use our Dividend Payers Google Sheet to construct your own schedule of dividend payers, be it weekly, monthly, quarterly, etc. We've got a whole series of videos on how to find the best dividend paying stocks using our Dividend Payers Google Sheet, and you can reference that series via the link in the notes, and also find them on our BeachBum Trading YouTube channel. So I've got 4 new ones that I heard about in a video from the ETF Guide YouTube channel. So I wanted to do some research on those to see if any of those would be attractive. Additional dividend payers for our Google Sheet. So I wanted to, I added those to our ad sheet. We'll take a quick look at each of those. So again, ones I do research on, and again, you can use this tab to do the ad sheet to do research on any additional dividend payers. So first I'll do research on them. If they meet our criteria, then we'll add them to our main Dividend Payers Google Sheet, I want to point out, you'll see I've applied the conditional formatting on the ad sheet, the same as what's on the Dividend Payers sheet. So now it will flag, risk reward profiles over 2, anything in red showing a net yield under 5. Ones in green are within 10% of their support. So if I go to the bottom, here's those 4. So we've got PFLD, which is low duration preferred and income securities. EEMD, which is S&P Emerging Markets High Dividend Yield. DMDV, which is Developed Markets High Dividend Yield. So again, all these are high dividend value. And then SPDV, which is S&P High Dividend Value. So again, these are all supposed to be, high dividend paying companies. So I've done the risk reward profiles. I've captured their dividend information from their FinBiz profiles, etc. So you can see the risk reward profiles, short term, longer term of each of those 4. And you can access the profiles via the FinBiz tab. So you can look at the charts of each of these. You can see their dividend payment information, etc. By clicking on the FinBiz URL link in our ad sheet. Again, now in FinViz, you can see a breakdown of their holdings, and also their top 10 holdings. So you can see in this case, this is the low duration preferred and income securities, PFLD. So you can see it's got JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Duke Energy, etc. So in addition to comparing their risk reward profiles and their dividend payment information, you can also look at their holdings and just select one that might have a set of holdings that you'd prefer. Each of these pays a monthly dividend. You can see their nominal yield ranges from about 4% for SPDV to 9% for EEMD. Their net yield taking into account their yearly performance. So we can see PFLD is the only one that's performed negatively this year. So far this year, EEMD has outperformed the others. So that takes into account the net yield takes into account their yearly performance as well as their current yield. We can see their potential price appreciation and the adjusted yield. So again, right now EEMD has the most potential price appreciation. It's outperformed. It's got 16% net yield, and it's got a 9% nominal yield. You'll see, however, in the risk reward profiles of all of these that they're currently very close to their highs. So unless you want to really hold them longer term, more so for their dividend than for price appreciation. But again, so their adjusted yields are below 5%, so not a lot of price appreciation, but possibly something that you might want to consider, as just collecting the dividends and hope that their performance continues. Again, the bottom 3 all have a positive yearly performance. So please let me know what do you think of all of those. Again, since their adjusted yield isn't showing over 5%, it's not something I would add to our main dividend payers Google Sheet, but we can keep an eye on them. And now I've added the conditional formatting so I can more easily see any others that are potential candidates to move up to our main dividend payers Google Sheet. So again, let me know what you think of all of this, and if there's anything else that we can help improve our dividend payers Google Sheet to help you identify good dividend payers that meet your risk reward profile and income desires, let us know. If there's anybody in the chat that has a particular dividend payer that you'd like to look at, please let me know. I'll grab a drink and we'll spin through them. And again, if there's anything you want to look at quickly, we can do that. See a lot of discussion on the yield max ETFs. So I'm glad. I hope that helps, Easy Mike. Again, we're currently long APLY, which is one of the yield maxes. We're watching TSLY. I mentioned that. We're trying to buy into that for swing back up in the yield maxes. Again, in the reference sheet on our Google sheet, you can see the payout schedule. There's a link to the payout schedule for the yield maxes, so we can see when they're going ex-dividend next. They just went ex-dividend on the 6th, so the next ex-dividend's on the April 4th. You can also see their list, growing list of yield maxes. Again, this is evolving, pretty rapidly. So try to keep up with the ones that might be of interest. We have, in addition to those, I know OARC, and there's several on our main sheet. And if you don't find one of the yield maxes on our main sheet, like I mentioned, I just recently looked at the one for Google. So most of them are kind of clustered together right now on the ad sheet. So you can see the one for Google. Again, not terribly attractive from a net yield standpoint. It's kind of, underperformed. Risk reward profile isn't that great. And this is a relatively new one, so we don't have a whole lot of history on that one. But again, there's the NBDY. Again, it's showing red. I haven't filled in all the cells. I know several of our BeachBum traders made good money on NBDY, so maybe I'll have to fill in the cells on that. I looked at Amazon. I kind of filled that one in. Again, that didn't look all that attractive right now. Here's Microsoft. I also looked at that one. Someone yesterday asked, if we were still in land. Yes, we're still in land. So it went down, and it looks like it's swinging back up. So you can see risk reward profile on land. Again, we'll hold it, see if it gets, as soon as it gets profitable above a support level, we'll start putting a stop underneath it. Again, we're in land more for price appreciation than the 5-cent dividend. Again, we took LTC off. Here's OARC. If we get a significant decline in ARK, might be attractive. Not a whole lot else right now. Again, everything's kind of running kind of high. You can see here's TSLY. Again, you can see the risk reward profile of that. Dividend payment information. Again, nice potential upside. So, this is why we really like TSLY for a swing. I know a lot of people like JEPI, JEPQ. They're all pretty high right now. But again, you can use our dividend payer sheet to see, what the current risk reward profile of any of these dividend payers is. Again, that's IRDM, Iridium's loses money. Several of these, there's Hershey, looks positive again. GNL, they lose money, I believe. MTEX, I looked at them, they're losing money. And US, we talked about that last week as a turnaround play, but nothing near term. So again, if you want us to do research on any additional dividend payers, please let us know in the comments to this video, in our Discord, etc. I can, put them on the ad sheet, collect the data, and then we can review them. And if they qualify, we'll move them up to our main dividend payers sheet. See people mentioning the yield max on coin, so I don't have that one in there right now. Again, they're coming out with these yield maxes pretty rapidly. A lot of them haven't been around very long, so I kind of like to see a little more history before we potentially pursue them. Not familiar. Alan Krentz is asking about ULTY. Probably another yield max, not one I'm familiar with offhand. Let me see if I can bring it up in PinBiz real quickly, see what it is. Yeah, another yield max. Again, very, very new. Again, they're coming out with these so rapidly, it's hard to keep up with. So again, if there's something you specifically would like us to investigate, we can do that. This is so new. So it looks like they've got a bunch of options, listed securities, limited potential, synthetic covered call strategies. So again, a little tricky to figure out. Looks like MicroStrategy, GigaCloud, Groupon. So it's hard to understand. I guess I'd have to look at their profile and their yield max to see what exactly their thesis is, where this is coming from, what their goal is. I don't even see it in their list offhand. So again, that looks like that would warrant some further research. Okay, so just very quickly, I'll go over our option strategies. Our option strategies, we sell and buy back covered calls against our existing positions, sell them when the stock's going up, buy them back when they're coming down. We sell puts, cash secured puts in our case. Stocks are going down, buy them back when they're coming back up. You can again hear our thesis for what we're looking for, our criteria for selling puts. Just a real quick addition is I added DocuSign at the $40 strike price. March expiration currently on the research tab. So you can now see DocuSign. They actually, I think, had positive surprise on earnings and then had a pretty significant correction. So it popped up in terms of volatility in this option seller ROI tool. So it looks like, it met our other criteria. If it does eventually come back down to that, near that $40 strike price. Again, with the VIX and volatility, it's been, generally low. The ROIC on these selling puts has just not been something that's been attractive. We're still looking for 5% or more because I can get 5% in just the money market account in my brokerage firms with my idle cash. So right now I'm getting 5%. So why risk? Why take any further risk if I'm not getting more than 5%? And these premiums would have to increase for them to become more attractive. Just an aside, I know I'm running long today, so we'll wrap up soon. But I'm trying to think of potentially other ways, since all the stocks are kind of running high, so they're quite a ways away from these bottom strike prices that I currently have. Maybe a different approach to look for where is the strike price that's below a 30 delta, and potentially look at what the premium opportunity for selling puts at those were, what the risk reward profile based on a delta of less than 30. So if any of you have some thoughts in those regards, or other option strategies that we can exercise in retirement accounts that are low risk. Again, I'm trying to look for other option strategies or other ways to rethink our option strategies to come up with more opportunities. So I'd love your feedback. So I hope that all helps. Again, if you have any further questions, comments, recommendations for improvement to our weekly trading game plans, or any of our videos or our tools or Google Sheets, etc., please put them in the comments to this video or in our Discord. Or again, you can contact us on any of our social media sites. Links to all of our social media profiles, including the free link to our Discord, you can find in the link section on our homepage. So again, we'd love to hear your feedback. What can we do to help you make money trading, help you succeed in your trading career. How can we continue to grow our BeachBum trading community for the benefit of all of our fellow BeachBum traders? And we hope that you like this content. Please smash the like button. If you're not already subscribed to our BeachBum Trading channel, we hope you'll choose to subscribe. And again, we hope that you'll share this content and all of our content with your fellow BeachBum traders so we can continue to grow our BeachBum trading community for the mutual benefit of all of our BeachBum traders. So again, if I missed your question or your something you'd like us to look at, please put it in the comments. Contact us in the Discord. We can continue these discussions, 24/7 in our Discord. So I hope this all helps. I hope you like this content, and we hope it all helps you make money trading. And good luck and have a great trading week. And we hope to see you all back next weekend for next week's weekly trading game plan. Have a great trading week.